What you're about to witness is how champions are made from the feet up.
This boot contains 2,400 hours of engineering, and it weighs less than a smartphone.
Inside these walls, raw materials become the boots that will score World Cup goals.
Every boot begins with a skin that once protected something alive. 40 years of experience live in these hands. They reject what machines approve.
10,000 kilometers away, the journey to the World Cup has already begun.
A single barbed wire scratch eliminates a hide that took 2 years to grow.
These drums will turn for 28 days. Patience creates leather that synthetic will never match.
This mesh will be kicked 1,000,000 times. It fails here or it fails on the pitch.
Enough material to outfit every professional team in Europe waits in climate-controlled silence.
This carbon fiber will flex 10 million times without memory. It never forgets its original shape.
These threads will hold together under forces that would snap ordinary stitching instantly. A 2% variance in polymer composition means the difference between explosive acceleration and dead weight.
3 grams too many, and the bond becomes brittle. 3 grams too few, and the sole separates mid-sprint.
Inside this sole are 17 different materials working together. Each one does a job no other can do.
This foam will compress 50,000 times, and if it loses more than 5% of its bounce, it fails.
This exact shade of gold will be seen by 4 billion viewers. Every boot must match perfectly. Kangaroo leather is so sensitive that a 5-degree temperature swing ruins its properties forever. A 2-gram difference between studs creates imbalance, and imbalance creates injury. These laces will be pulled tight thousands of times. They must never lose their grip or their give. Only when every material is verified does the transformation begin. The transformation begins with cuts accurate to 1/10 of a millimeter.
The machine sees grain patterns invisible to human eyes. Direction determines performance.
Each cut is sealed by heat. No fraying, no weakness, no variation. The leather is sculpted thinner where the foot bends, thicker where it pushes. Biomechanics written in millimeters.
Every hole is placed by algorithm. Maximum airflow, minimum weakness.
At 147 degrees for exactly 4.7 seconds, the materials become inseparable. 1 second longer burns, 1 second shorter fails. Heat teaches the mesh its new shape. It will remember this form through 1,000,000 kicks.
The medial side takes impact at 120 kilometers per hour. The reinforcement makes it ask for more.
3 layers become one. Soft enough to forget it's there. Strong enough to protect every step. This foam will learn the shape of an ankle it hasn't met yet.
A 12-gram variance between left and right boot, unacceptable. Athletes feel everything.
Every component converges here. The last moment they exist as separate pieces.
With one command, separate components begin their journey to become a single boot.
This is where engineering becomes footwear.
Uniform tension across 847 square centimeters. The machine measures what hands can only guess.
The last is the ghost of a perfect foot. Every boot is built around its shape.
Heat convinces the leather this shape is home. It will fight to return here after every kick.
This board bridges human and machine, the last solid ground before the soul takes over. 23 engineers spent 4 years designing this sole. Attachment takes 14 seconds.
At 2,400 pounds of pressure, 2 components become one. No force on a pitch will separate them.
0.3 millimeters of misalignment, and the boot pulls left on every stride.
The evidence of assembly disappears. Only perfection remains visible.
Identical torque on every stud, because one loose stud means one twisted ankle. Every eyelet is tested to 50 pounds of pull, more force than any lace will ever apply.
This liner is the only thing between foot and construction. Every wrinkle would become a blister.
For the first time, the boot exists as itself, no longer dependent on the form that created it.
This insole can be tuned for preference. More cushion for training, less for match day.
One final press, and the boot will hold this shape until the day it retires.
10,000 flex cycles in 10 minutes, simulating a season in an afternoon.
Left and right must match within 2 grams, and your brain knows the difference, even if you don't.
The scanner sees deviations of 0.1 millimeters, smaller than the width of a hair.
This machine simulates the movements that win matches and measures whether the boot can keep up.
90 minutes underwater, longer than any match and any rain.
What passes inspection here must satisfy athletes who notice everything.
Some boots must die so millions can be trusted we destroy to verify.
From this point, these boots will never be separated. A matched pair for life. The first hands to touch these boots wore gloves. The next hands will wear them to glory.
Acid-free paper ensures these boots arrive as perfect as they left.
The box is designed to build anticipation, a preview of the technology within.
From this box to the pitch, these boots will experience nothing but controlled conditions.
This number tells the complete story. Every hand that touched it, every test it passed.
This seal promises what's inside has never been touched since leaving this line. 12 pairs per carton, sorted by size, ready for stores on 4 continents. These straps will hold through 6,000 miles of trucks, ships, and planes.
This barcode knows where this carton is going and will track every step until arrival.
Each pallet is built differently because each customer receives differently. 7 layers of wrap, protection for 30 days at sea. For the next month, these boots will live in controlled darkness, waiting for light. These boots leave their birthplace for the first and only time. Next stop, the world.
Every production run leaves witnesses behind, in case questions arise years later. Independent verification ensures our claims survive skeptical scrutiny.
The athletes who wear these boots today shape the boots that will exist tomorrow.
No, just see.
These boots played a full season. Now they teach us what to improve.
From frozen Moscow to humid Singapore, these boots must perform everywhere.
High-speed cameras see what eyes cannot.
exactly how the boot changes movement.
Every injury study shapes the next boot's protection. Safety advances with every season.
At this level, the boot fits the foot, not the other way around.
Enough boots to support 32 nations through a month of matches, all from this single shipment.
In these boots, the next World Cup winner will be crowned.
These boots know which feet they're waiting for.
In 5 minutes, these boots step onto the pitch and into history.
From factory floor to World Cup pitch, the journey ends where glory begins.
From Argentine cattle ranches to World Cup glory, an extraordinary journey of engineering and craft. Behind every boot is a team that will never see them worn, but their pride is stitched into every seam.
Every professional once opened their first box of real boots, and every box contains the same possibility.
Long after the final whistle, the boots remain, witnesses to everything the feet achieved.
While champions sleep, the boots that will carry them tomorrow are already being born.